Alright, let's break down episode 4, because something is definitely different in the air. The episode kicks off, not with a bang, but with Kody's silence. He's off to the side, arms folded, lips pursed, eyes darting around. The whole team is buzzing with morning chatter, the sound echoing off the tent walls, but it's like Kody's on mute. And here's the irony, this is the guy who could talk for hours about communication and leadership, but now, he can't even string a sentence together. The trainers announce the next challenge, and Kody doesn't even bother with a fake smile. Sweet. He looks at Amani, then at Andrew, and then in classic Kody fashion tries, this forced little laugh like he's part of the group, but he's not. Not anymore. You can practically feel the team's unspoken cringe. This silent treatment isn't something he's getting, it's something he's giving. And the kicker? Nobody seems to care. This, right here, is where the whole episode starts to unravel. Kody isn't speaking, but his silence? It's as deafening as ever. The morning at camp starts like any other. The sound of boots on stone, the clang of gear, the nervous laughter before the day's brutal test. The V1s, awake, alert, trying to read the instructor's mood. Everyone except Kody. There he is again, over to the side, pretending to be fascinated by his shoelaces. But we all know that move. That's the I don't want to talk to you move. It's not a peaceful silence. It's the kind of quiet that makes everyone else talk louder just to fill the void. One of the recruits tries to break the ice, teasing him, "Rough night, man." Kody just smirks, nods, and gives the shortest possible reply. "I'm fine." And that's it. Conversation over. The other guy gives an awkward laugh, realizes he's hit a wall, and just walks away. This is where you can start to feel the tension building. The rest of the team senses it, that weird energy when one person decides they just aren't connecting. And it's not shyness, it's ego. It's that silent protest that screams, "I'm not here to blend in, I'm here to be noticed for not saying anything." But the joke's on him. Because out here, silence doesn't make you look mysterious, it just makes you look suspicious. The whistle blows. The recruits line up, grit under their boots, already sweating before the chaos begins. Today's test looks nasty, a mix of endurance, teamwork, and trust. The kind of thing designed to make people communicate, to rely on each other. Which is exactly what Kody wants to avoid. The instructor yells, "Pair up." And suddenly, that quiet little bubble Kody built around himself starts to pop. Everyone scrambles to find a partner except him. He just stands there, scanning the room like he's deciding who's worthy of being his partner. The problem is, nobody is looking back at him. Finally, he gets stuck with whoever was left over, the person who wasn't even looking his way. They start the course, crawling under ropes, hauling logs, and running through mud. His partner tries to establish a rhythm, calling out the pace to work together. Kody just ignores it. He wants to lead, not follow. Halfway through, it all falls apart. They get out of sync. The log they're carrying tilts dangerously. The instructor's voice cuts through the air like a knife. "You're a team, not a solo act." Everyone hears it. Everyone turns to look. That's when it happens. You see the flash of anger, the clenched jaw, the muttered complaint under his breath. Kody's not breaking down physically, but mentally. The cracks are starting to show. This whole exercise was meant to build the team up. Instead, all it did was expose the walls he's built around himself. When the exercise is finally over, everyone's gasping for air, covered in sweat and dirt. The instructors yell for a break. Most recruits just laugh it off, slap each other on the back, and share water. But not Kody. He's standing there, hands on his knees, staring at the ground like it personally offended him. His partner tries to lighten the mood. "Man, we almost had it." Kody doesn't say a word. He just looks up, and that single look says everything. It's not a glare. It's not even anger. It's that cold, sharp look people give when they feel completely misunderstood but refuse to explain themselves. It's the kind of look that instantly chills the air. His partner just blinks, then backs away, pretending to check his gear. That one glance ripples through the group like static electricity. Spouse. Everyone feels it, the tension, the pride, the unspoken blame that needs no words. Even the instructors notice it. One of them just raises an eyebrow, a silent question that says, "You gonna say something?" or just stand there. But Kody stays perfectly still, doesn't speak. He just fiddles with his gloves, straightens up, and walks away. This is his version of communication now body language that serves as a warning sign. No words, just a wall. And that's the moment things get really strained, because silence can only last so long before someone decides to break it. By noon, the vibe at camp has totally shifted. The chatter is quieter, the laughs are cut short. Everyone's picked up on the change not because of what Kody's saying, but because of what he's not. He's turned silence into a weapon. Every nod, every slow blink, every tight smile, it's all part of the performance now. He's not speaking, but he is definitely communicating, and people are starting to get the message. At lunch, the group is sitting around the folding tables. There's small talk, a joke about the food, a complaint about the heat. Kody's sitting on the edge of the group, eating slowly, just watching, listening. It's not a peaceful quiet, it's a calculated quiet. He's watching everyone, seeing who's getting annoyed, who's avoiding him, and who's getting anxious enough to make the first move. Because if someone else breaks, he stays in control. If he stays silent, he thinks he stays mysterious. But it's not working out that way. People aren't intrigued, they're just getting tired of it. His silence feels less like strength and more like pure stubbornness. And in a group that's supposed to be built on teamwork, that's poison. 2. One of the instructors finally calls him out. Kody, you got something to say? The camera zooms in. You see his jaw tighten, then the faintest hint of a smile. No, sir. Nothing to add. The words themselves are polite, but the message is pure defiance, and everyone knows it. The camera pans across the table. All you can hear is forks scraping against metal trays in the dead quiet. Nobody wants to be the next one to speak. The whole camp is holding its breath, just waiting for someone to say what they're all thinking. Then, someone does. One of the recruits, the kind of guy who just can't stand awkward silence, blurts out, "Dude, what's your deal today?" All heads whip around. Even the instructors stop chewing. Kody slowly lifts his eyes, his gaze cold but unbothered. That little half smile appears again, the one that always shows up right before trouble. "No deal," he says, just concentrating. It's a simple answer, but it doesn't land easy. His voice is sharp, defensive, like a slap wrapped in a smile. The recruit tries to laugh it off, but the tension is still there, thick, heavy. Another guy grumbles, "Man, we're all concentrating. You don't have to act like this is a one-man show." Kody says nothing. He just goes back to his food, eyes down, pretending not to listen. But his shoulders tense up, his jaw clenches, and that's all the confirmation anyone needs. The message was received loud and clear. The instructors share a quick look, that silent, "we might have a problem" glance, because in an environment built on unity, one person's attitude can poison the entire dynamic. That's exactly what's happening. Kody's silence is no longer silent. It's loud enough to divide the room. By the afternoon, the heat has risen, and so has the tension. The next exercise is all about teamwork under pressure, lifting, pulling, and moving as one unit. But there's no unit in Kody's world today. There's only him. The recruits are in a line, ropes in hand, sweat dripping, dirt in their eyes. The instructor barks the order, "Move together." The group heaves, grunts, and finds a rhythm. Everyone except Kody. He's half a beat behind every single time. It's subtle at first, then it becomes glaringly obvious. One of the guys finally snaps. "Kody, you're out of rhythm." "Man." Kody shoots back instantly. "Maybe you're the one who's off." The instructor's voice cuts through the noise. "Enough. Fix it, or everyone pays for it." That's when the silence finally shatters. Not with words, but with pure emotion, frustration, pride, and ego all colliding at once. The team starts again, but this time they're tense, angry. The energy isn't about the challenge anymore. It's about proving who's right. They pull again, harder, faster, almost desperately. The rope jerks, dust flies, someone stumbles. The instructor blows the whistle. "Stop," he yells. "You think you're competing against each other. You're competing against your own attitude." Kody freezes. For the first time all day, he looks uncertain. The silence that once felt like power now just makes him look small. He doesn't say it, but you can see it in his eyes, the slow, dawning realization that maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't the team. Maybe it's him. Challenge ends, but the adrenaline lingers. The recruits grab water and wipe off sweat, but nobody talks to Kody now. His silence has built walls so high that not even the camera seems to be able to get over them. He's just sitting on a log, staring into the distance. The sound guy behind him is shifting uncomfortably. The air is thick, not with exhaustion, but with unresolved tension. Some of the team members are whispering nearby low, cautious tones, the kind people use when they don't want to be overheard gossiping, but secretly hope they are. Catch a fragment of it drift over. He's always like this when he's not in charge. Kody hears it too. His jaw clenches. No comeback, no denial, just that same icy stillness. But now, it doesn't look strong, it looks lonely. The camera pushes in, catching the look in his eyes. There's a flicker, their pride wrestling with shame, control fighting a breakdown. Later, in an interview, another recruit laughs nervously. It's like walking on eggshells around him. One wrong word, and he shuts down. And then we all pay the price. The editors don't even need dramatic music. The silence says it all. Steps. Every breath, every look, every quiet second, it's tension you can feel through the screen. And the worst part, Kody still thinks he's winning. The next morning comes early, and you can tell no one really slept. The air feels heavier, colder. Everyone knows something has to give, they just don't know when. The group lines up for drills. The instructors walk the line, quiet, just observing. Then, one of them stops right in front of Kody. "You gonna keep this up?" he asks. There's no anger in his voice, just a simple, direct question. Kody blinks. "Keep what up?" The instructor just stares at him. "V's thing. You're doing it's not working." There's a long pause. You can hear the wind whistling through the tents. Then, from the back of the line, a voice cuts through the quiet, tired, honest, and completely fed up. "He doesn't work with us. He works around us." Those words hit harder than any physical challenge they've faced. Kody turns, and for the first time, there's no smirk, just pure shock. He looks at the guy who said it, searching for something, support, an apology, maybe even understanding. But nobody says a word. The silence is brutal. Then Kody says, "I'm doing my best." His voice is quiet, but the tone is anything but. It's defensive, almost pleading. The instructor takes a step closer. "Your best isn't what this is about. This is about trust. You want to lead. Start by listening." That's the line that finally gets through. No shouting. No insults. Just a dose of reality that cuts through all the pride he's been carrying. For the first time, Kody has nothing to say back. He just nods. And that right there is the moment everyone was waiting for. The camp goes still. The challenge is over. The cameras are still rolling, but no one moves. You can feel it, that weird mix of exhaustion, pride, and something much darker. Kody is just standing there, shoulders slumped, eyes lost in the distance. For the first time all episode, he's not trying to control the moment. He